ACEA President highlights European automotive priorities for 2025 and beyond. Chinese car makers look to European production as exports set to stall. New car news from Mazda, Tesla and Polestar, and which model took the title of European Car of the Year 2025. This is the Automotive Update presented by AutoVista24. I'm Special Content Editor Phil Curry, and you are listening to the latest episode of the AutoVista24 podcast, where we look back at some of the week's biggest news stories. First up, in a letter to EU leaders, the newly appointed ACEA President, Ola Källenius, has outlined the priorities that the automotive sector requires to ensure future competitiveness and drive decarbonisation. Källenius stated that the industry requires a realistic pathway to decarbonising the automotive industry, one that is market-driven and not penalty-driven. This would include finding a solution to the disproportionate costs of compliance with the 2025 CO2 target for cars and vans. He also stated that mutually beneficial trade relations for the EU are needed to continue benefiting from free and fair trade. This is especially important with the re-election of Donald Trump as US President, setting up the possibility of large tariffs on imports from Europe and other regions. Källenius stated that ACEA members are an integral part of the American economy and the local communities they call home. The industry body looks forward to working with the incoming administration on policies that help to grow and develop the US manufacturing and automotive industries, as well as EU-US trade relations. The news comes as S&P Global's credit outlook for 2025 highlighted the risk of Trump's suggestion of high tariffs on carmaker imports into the country. European premium car makers, Volvo and Jaguar Land Rover, are particularly exposed to tariffs on European imports, whereas General Motors and Stellantis would face the greatest risk in case of tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. Toyota and Hyundai Motor Group have low exposure if no additional duties are applied to imports from Japan and Korea. While Chinese car makers dominate the global electric vehicle market, one of the country's automotive associations has stated that exports of EVs will stall in 2025. Car and light truck exports increased by 25% to 4.8 million units last year, according to the China Passenger Car Association. However, it believes that this year will see zero growth, with a decline in exports to Russia and the pressure of EU tariffs on Chinese-built battery electric vehicles increasing across a full year. However, there may be a solution to the EU tariff problem. As reported by Reuters, Chinese car makers are exploring the possibility of building models in Volkswagen factories that are slated for closure in Germany. This would allow China to build influence in Germany's automotive industry and avoid import tariffs. It may, however, be politically sensitive, with Volkswagen once a symbol of the country's industrial prowess. The world's largest oil company, Saudi Aramco, is expanding its investment in lithium production. The company aims to commercially produce the material in a project with Ma'aden, with which it has signed a heads of terms. This envisages the formation of a minerals exploration and mining joint venture in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The proposed new venture would focus on energy transition minerals, including extracting lithium from high concentration deposits and advancing cost-effective direct lithium extraction technologies. Commercial lithium production could potentially begin by 2027. The move would help Aramco to diversify its offering in a world which is moving away from oil and into more sustainable products for the transportation and energy production sectors. We hope you're enjoying this episode so far. As the AutoVista24 podcast is hosted on Spotify, you can let us know your thoughts via the app. We are also available on Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music. But no matter where you listen, be sure to hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out AutoVista24's YouTube channel as well. There you will find our What Is Explainer videos, launch report series and webinar recordings. And speaking of webinars, AutoVista24 will be hosting a discussion around AutoVista Group's 2025 residual value outlooks, which will take place at the end of January. I'll leave a link to the sign up in the show notes. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to our daily email to make sure you never miss out on exclusive content from AutoVista24. Just head to the bottom of the autovista24.com homepage. Now, back to the headlines. As electric mobility continues to grow in markets around the world, the need to recycle high-voltage batteries increases. BMW has highlighted its work as part of a joint venture with SK Tez, as part of a closed-loop recycling system for the reuse of raw materials from these units. The special recycling process recovers cobalt, nickel and lithium from used batteries before returning them to the value chain to make new batteries. This closed-loop system is set to expand to the US, Mexico, Canada region as early as 2026. The European Car of the Year award was announced at the Brussels Motor Show this week. This year's winner is the new Renault 5, which was crowned alongside its platform sibling, the Alpine A290. The win makes the French carmaker the second marque to take back-to-back titles following the Renault Scenics victory last year. The qualities of these two models, based on the same AMP-R small platform, convinced a jury of 59 motoring journalists from 22 European countries. The cars are the first group models to use the platform dedicated to 100% electric city cars and compact cars. The Renault 5 E-Tech and Alpine A290 scored 353 points, well ahead of the Kia EV3, which took 291 points. The Citroën C3 and EC3 came third with 215 points, while fourth place went to the Hyundai Insta with 172 points, and the Dacia Duster finished fifth with 168 points. The Cupra Terramar 6 with 165 points, and the Alfa Romeo Junior took 7th place with 136 points. In new car news, Mazda revealed its new battery electric vehicle for the European market at the Brussels Motor Show. The Mazda 6e will go on sale in left-hand drive European markets this year, before arriving in UK dealerships in the first half of 2026. The model is offered with a choice of 68.8 kWh or 80 kWh battery. The 68.8 kWh version offers a range of up to 300 miles or 479 kilometers, and with 200 kW DC charging, it can go from 10% to 80% in just 22 minutes. For customers wanting longer range, the 80 kWh version offers up to 345 miles or 552 kilometers and will charge from 10% to 80% in 45 minutes. Tesla has officially unveiled its revised Model Y on its Chinese website. The new design features a sleeker headlight and tail light layout and is expected to have a shorter 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time of 4.3 seconds. The carmaker will hope its new Model Y will boost its global market performance this year. In 2024, Tesla recorded its first ever sales drop in more than a decade. The Polestar 7 also broke cover this week. The model will be a premium compact SUV targeting the fast-growing premium segment. It is planned to be manufactured in Europe, but no specifications for the new addition to Polestar's lineup have yet been shared. Mercedes-Benz and Google Cloud have announced the expansion of their strategic partnership to introduce new conversational capabilities to the MBUX virtual assistant, powered by Google Cloud's new automotive AI agent. Built using Gemini on Vertex AI, Google Cloud Agent is specially tuned for the automotive industry and can reference information from Google Maps platform to give users more detailed and personalized conversational responses about navigation, points of interest, and more. New models, connected and autonomous technologies, and the use of AI in vehicles were popular subjects at CES 2025. You can find detailed coverage of all the key talking points on autovista24.com, along with the latest news on registration figures, global EV outlooks, residual value reports, and much more. Now, don't forget to check out our companion article to this podcast on autovista24.com. There'll be a link to this in the show notes. This episode is co-produced and fact-checked by Autovista24 journalist Tom Hooker. Additional thanks go to Autovista24 editor Tom Gegas and web editor James Roberts. The music was Better Find a Solution Fast by Richard Ames. That's all we have time for this week, but be sure to sign up to the Autovista24 daily email and subscribe to this podcast on your preferred audio platform. Thanks for listening to the Autovista24 podcast.